Good morning. My name is Samuel Ibrahim, and I am the host of the Mind of the Prophet Meditation Hour. Good morning, creation. Well, depending on where you are within creation, it's morning. It's morning where I am, and I am happy. I am joyous. I am an able man with able good luck. The Creator shall withhold no good thing from me. That is how I feel this morning and how my feet are touching the earth and the ground that I walk on. What are we going to talk about today? Of course, we're going to talk about affirmations. That's what this meditation hour has been about, really, for most of this year. Affirmations, affirmations, affirmations. The power of the spoken word, manifesting the life that you want, provoking creation to move on your behalf based on your spoken or written word, and elevating your awareness of these spiritual and metaphysical truths. So that's what we've been focused on heavy since I have returned to the podcast. Again, I'm happy to be back, happy to share what has been shared with me and how it has changed my life for the better. All right, today we're going to talk about saging affirmations for your house. Saging affirmations for your house. There are a lot of sagers out there, you saging sages. All right, I love to sage. I used to buy lots of sage on Amazon. I actually tried to grow sage, which was not when the pandemic started. I actually bought sage seeds. I tried to grow sage. I am working on my gardening skills. That's how I'll frame the result of my first attempt at growing a sage or several sage plants, because I used to buy sage so much that I just really kept it on auto buy, because that's how much I just like the smell of my house. Doesn't sage smell good? Doesn't it just smell wonderful in your house? Doesn't it have, it's almost like spiritual bleach, right? Sage is like the best smelling spiritual bleach that you can, take anywhere. Kyrie Irving takes it on the road with him when he travels to different stadiums. I love that. People have their own opinions about that. Hey, if that man needs his sage stick when he's on the road, let that man have his sage stick. It's going to benefit everybody in the room. Facts. Okay? That's just the truth. It's just going to benefit everybody for him doing that. Just because he believes it will. He believes it'll help him. He's doing that to help himself, to help his team, which in turn his team should support, because he's doing that to help himself so he can help them and they can be successful. So good luck to those guys, as they've just made some big moves. But I won't digress too far into Kyrie Irving or basketball. We're talking about saging affirmations for your home. People sage different ways. People have their own rituals. People say their own affirmations while they're doing it, or their own prayers. I used to listen to gospel music when I saged. And for a long time, that's how I did it. Now I use my own words, my own affirmations, or affirmations from another that I believe are helpful for what I need at the moment. And so I've come up with, how many is this? Seven affirmations for saging your home, or 7 saging affirmations, I think, is how this episode is titled and how it is titled on my blog. Let's see here. All right, so I'm just going to jump into these. Let me pause for 1 second, just for people that might be new to the show. I'm very diligent about the spoken words. I love writing affirmations. I write them really every day. I write new ones definitely every day, even not long ones, but just things that I might need, or just ideas that I have, because I am learning how some of these affirmations, or how these affirmations are responding in my life that I've been saying. And now, as I create more or go back and revise others, I am changing the wording to get a more pronounced response from creation. And because I write every day, and I'm also legally trained, I have a very sharp vocabulary. Thank the Creator for that. And I'm a very intelligent man. I also thank the creator for that. And so I use my intelligence and my education to think of ways to move creation to action based off of what I know and what I've learned. And previous results of affirmations that I've written for myself or spoken that others have written, and how they might just more benefit me with some changes that are more specific to my personal situation, my personal daily walk. What do I need? How do I need to see the infinite creator's presence in my life? How do I need to be able to walk through creation, move through creation, walk with creation in order to manifest my goals? What do I want creation to do on my behalf? What do I want creation to complete on my behalf? And so as I have matured in my writing, especially with the affirmations, I'm just learning different ways to structure these to see the response that I'm expecting to see. Okay. And, your home is your safe place, right? Your home is your sanctuary. Your home is your place where your soul should be free to be without conditions. Your soul should be able to rest in your home. And for me, with the affirmations that I've written, because my home really is a sanctuary to me, I just really love this place because it has been everything that I've needed it to be over the course of the time that I've been here. It's much more than shelter. This place has been a sanctuary for a time where my soul needed cleansing and rinsing and crying and rebuilding and all kinds of things, right? So my home is very special to me. And I am very thankful for the miraculous ways that this home has just come to me and stayed in my possession. Okay, so 7 saging affirmations for your home by Samuel Ibrahim. These are also found on my blog. Number 1, my soul is free to live here. My soul is free to cleanse here. My soul is free to be quenched here. My soul is free to be satisfied here. My soul is free to be made manifest here. My soul is free to create here. My soul has free self-expression here. So mote it be. Amen. So that was the first one. Number 2, now I shall sleep in peace. I am divinely expressed and have a wonderful income. And these may be different than how they're on the blog. I'm reading them as I wrote them, but I believe when I posted them on the blog, I restructured the order. So I might be reading these out of order based off of what's in the podcast description or what's on my blog. So I'm just writing from my notes. Number 3, in my home, forgiveness flows freely and ably. Number 4, this one comes from Florence Scoble Shin. It's for married folks. I didn't really write these just for my home. I write these for everyone. So if you're married or want to be married, or even single, want to be married, this is a great one for marriage. And basically what you're doing in this one is you are calling forward a very specific person to your home, right? Your safe place, your sanctuary. And this one is just really simple. The marriage made for me in heaven is now manifest upon the earth. 2, became one now and for all eternity. That's brilliant writing by Florence Scoble Shin. And what I believe that affirmation does is if you have a desire to be married and there is a heaven-made match for you, you have asked the infinite creator and creation to now manifest that upon the earth. Time still hasn't passed, but just trust that this is happening and you're going to bump into that person one day. Number 5, my home is a safe place. My needs are met here. My soul is comforted by walking here. Number 6, wonders are abundant where my feet walk. Grace is abundant where my feet walk. Love is abundant where my feet walk. Creativity is abundant where my feet walk. Forgiveness is abundant where my feet walk. And peace is abundant where my feet walk. And number 7, and this is, even though this is the last one, I think I moved this one to the first one on the blog and also in the podcast description. The infinite creator blesses this house and the family resting herein. I always have to give the creator a shout out. The energy that moves all things, all energy, all matter, the consciousness behind all living things, animate and inanimate. As long as there's an atom moving inside of matter, there is the presence of the infinite creator standing next to you, on top of you, in your clothes, in your car, on the ground. Like, the creator is everywhere. He is all energy, or, the creator is all energy and the energy behind all things. That's how I understand the infinite creator. I hope these blessed you. I'm sure that I added on or revised or enhanced these as I was typing them last night or early this morning, whenever it came to me. So I strongly suggest, I think they're good as written, to be very honest with you. I also strongly suggest looking in the podcast description. That one is current, the most current version. Also, it's on my blog. And my blog is mindoftheprophet.wordpress.com. I also have 2 books. I got to keep talking about the books. They're great. They're spiritual books, but they also dive into philosophy. So, if you're picking the book up trying to get with a preconceived notion of what it's supposed to be or how it's supposed to result, so it may not be the best book for you. But if you just have a thirst for understanding the deeper or metaphysical things of God, asking questions of the infinite creator, about messages that have come before, prophets that have come before, prophets' experiences, putting yourself in the shoes of a prophet or a person that has, greatly influenced this planet, it helps you to understand that person's human experience, number one, which I think helps you to understand how they understood God. And if you can step in that person's shoes to see and understand why they had the just the grace, one thing, but the power, the ability, that's the word I want to use. They had the ability to carry out their assignments. You have to be able to stand in their shoes and just understand more about them as a human. And my book's very short. Both of my books are very short, and they help to make you just look at God from a different prism, look at creation from a different prism. I think they've been very helpful, and they ask questions that make your subconscious mind and your conscious mind think. Expand what you know about the infinite creator. Don't leave them boxed in. Don't leave it to what somebody told you. Don't leave it to what your current experience has been to date. If God is infinite, if the infinite creator is infinite in all things, then your desire to understand should also expand and not remain as it has been. At least that's how I try to live. I have a desire to have an expanding understanding of God or the infinite creator. I also have 2 journals, actually more than 2. There are maybe 3. There's several. There are a bunch of journals that I have, bullet journals, line journals, different color covers, also on Amazon. I'm also on Amazon Audible. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Share this with a friend. If you sage, use these over your home. I wrote these last night, so I'm going to add these into my affirmation ritual. Just routine. I won't say ritual, but just, my daily routine of affirming. But I will definitely affirm these over myself or in my house the next time that I walk through giving this house a blessing. I hope you guys have a great Monday. And it's Valentine's Day, right? Man, I forgot that. Happy Valentine's Day to all you lovers out there. Congratulations to also the Los Angeles Rams, Super Bowl champions. What a great game. What a great, just everything about both teams there's just a lot to like about what I saw, not just in the game, but in their, personal struggles and journeys to get to the Super Bowl. What an amazing, amazing, amazing game, I think. You guys have yourselves a great start to the week. I would just like to know how these work for your house if you decide to use them. So you guys can email me, mindoftheprophet@gmail.com, or just leave me a message through Anchor. You guys can do that too. And just tell me what the outcome is. I see beautiful outcomes with my affirmations. I would love to see another person's or hear about another person's outcome just to see how the words manifested in a new way for a different person. All right. You guys be great. Be amazing. Be able-minded in all things that you do. And to one who has, more shall be given. Creation shall, and the Creator shall bring you more opportunities to be all of those things. You guys have a great day. This is Samuel Ibrahim, the host of the Mind of the Prophet Meditation Hour, signing off. Samuel Ibrahim out. I signed off too soon. So I do want to just say one more thing. I have been studying how my affirmations work for quite some time, well over a year. Well, close to a year. I'm coming up on a year, actually. I'm coming up on a year beginning in March. Okay, the end of March, I started this study. I'm looking for, or I'm asking for anyone who may be interested in just participating in the study to see how frequent repetition of affirmations affects their overall daily life. What positive changes flow freely or have they experienced after the 30 days? And I just really want to tell those stories for a few reasons. Number one, it's very important for me to share with people how their mouths and their thoughts can really change their reality. It's a spiritual principle. It's a metaphysical principle. It's proven through time. It's proven in my life and also in the life of others. And I want to include this in one of my upcoming books. So I've been doing this research, in addition to the affirmation study, on a few other different things that are very spiritual in nature, metaphysical in nature, that all have to do with the spoken word in various other ways. And what I found is folks that I've hoped that would join the affirmation or began the affirmation journey and they didn't complete it, the effects of the affirmation still manifested, just they were unaware of the affirmation's manifestation because they were not affirming the words over themselves with repetition to train their subconscious mind and their eyes to recognize the manifestation of the words that they call forward. And so, when things were happening in their lives, I could see how the affirmations were manifesting or the words that they were speaking were manifesting, but they were unable. And I believe a large part of that is due to repetition. Repetition. Your subconscious mind needs it, that reinforcement, because it gets a lot of negative reinforcement through the internet, through the news, through what you might play on your radio. So these affirmations for 30 days, think of them as putting a tattoo on your subconscious to help you be able to move through creation when it's full of so many negative words being spoken. This is almost like a shield. It's like a force field. That's how I look at affirmations. They're like a force field against all the bad things that you hear all day. It's a force field against things that try to penetrate your subconscious mind. Kind of think of the movie Inception. If you guys have seen that, how in the movie Inception, you can train your subconscious to defend itself against folks that were not supposed to be there. That's basically what an affirmation does for you. And so I want to study the effects of how that works for any brave soul who's done it. I do have some brave souls who are participating in the study right now, and I'm praying for them and excited to see the results as we document those. But I also want to extend it to a broader audience of folks that I do not know personally. I would like someone that I don't know, because then I think the work that I'm doing will have more credibility when it's a complete stranger. But I'll take anyone, even if you know me. Let's work, because this is it really is one of the easiest things you could do is take a few minutes to speak words over yourself. That's easy. Like, it doesn't take you any time to say one affirmation of yourself before you go to bed, when you wake up, and as you need it throughout the day. And once you start to see those words take shape, it just becomes something that you would prefer to do because you know that you're calling something forward. And so you'll decide to use your words better once you see your words manifest in real life. And you could do that more easily by repeating an affirmation for 30 days and watching how that affirmation works in your life. Then you become more trained and aware of your words manifestation because you know what you've been saying every day. Okay. These are not wasted words. These are very intentional words with an intentional result. And now your subconscious and your eyes and your feet are marching in tandem to that expected result. So I'll extend the invitation for a brave soul who would like to participate and see how these words change their lives, change the lives of their families, or just the lives of wherever they are, changes their station in life, or they become a just a beacon of light wherever there's, wherever their feet are. I get excited and I stumble over my words. Excuse me. All right, that's all I have. If you guys are interested, send me an email, mindoftheprofit@gmail.com. Or you can leave me a message through the Anchor app. We can set up a Zoom call. I can explain in more detail what the study requires. And then if you're interested, let's work. Because the outcomes for people that complete this are beautiful. They're beautiful and they're inspiring, and they actually fuel me to want to keep going. Okay. All right. I'm really signing off. There will be no more additions to this episode. You guys have yourselves a great Monday. This is Samuel Ibrahim, the host of the Mind of the Prophet Meditation Hour, signing off. Samuel Ibrahim out. Good afternoon, everyone.